going to continue working with our whole numbers. We did a little practice with rounding, and now we're going to estimate. And estimating a sum, a difference, a product, or a quotient uses rounding in the process. So when a problem says to estimate the sum by rounding to the nearest 10, that means you're going to round each of the numbers to the nearest 10, and then you can add mentally without doing a whole lot of work. You lose some accuracy, but it is quick. 39 rounded to the nearest 10. There we go. The 9 would tell you to round up, and so that becomes 40. 51 rounded to the nearest 10. That becomes, well, that actually stays 50. So one of them you rounded up and one of them you rounded down. So the estimate would be that that sum is approximately 90. So you can see that the addition is easy once you've got the rounding done. Let's look at our second one. Once again, it says round to the nearest 10. 70 is already to the nearest 10, so it will stay 70. 94 rounded to the nearest 10, that's lower than 5, so I'm going to leave it at 90. 66 rounded to the nearest 10, I'm going to round up to 70. And 34 rounded to the nearest 10, I'm going to leave it as 30. So on this one, I left it because it was to the nearest 10, rounded down to 90, rounded up to 70, rounded down to 30. So now, I'm going to add for 0. 7 and 9 is 16, and 7 is 23, and 3 is 26. So this is 260. All right, now it goes on and it says 4 students were asked to find the actual sum. As sometimes happen, each student's answer is different. Based on your estimated sum, which of the following is most likely incorrect? All right. So which one do you think is incorrect? We got a sum of 260. So if they did it and got 214, 264, 284, 254, which one is the farthest off from that sum? And I believe it would be choice A, because remember, it says which one is most likely incorrect. And that 214 is way away from 260. That's one of the values to rounding and estimating. All right, let's look at the next one. It says estimate the sum by rounding to the nearest 100. So 335 to the nearest 100. This 3 will tell you to leave it, and it is 300. 71. All right, there's not anything in the hundreds place, but the 7 will tell you to round up, so this is rounds to 100. 711 to the nearest 100, that's going to round to 700 because the 1 is smaller and it says just drop that off. 108, 0 behind it, that's going to be 100. So 335 is closest to 300, 71 is closest to 100, 711 rounds to 700, 108 rounds to 100. If I add those, and I like to pair numbers that I see that add up to be 10, so the 3 and the 7 gives me 10, 11, 12. So 1200 or 1200 is my estimate. Now, once again, some students did this, and each one of them is different. So which one do you know is wrong based on this? Is it 1675, 1125, 1225, or 1200? Which one's wrong? Once again, it's choice A because 1675 is way off. So the estimate tells you that couldn't possibly be right. All right, let's do one more. This time it says to estimate the difference, subtracting, by rounding to the nearest thousand. You don't get to pick, it should be indicated. So 88500, 8 is in the thousands place, the 5 tells you to round up, so that becomes approximately 89,000. 72,893 thousandths place. This 8 tells you to round up, and that will be approximately 73,000. We're finding the difference. 9 minus 3 is 6, and 8 minus 7 is 1. So the difference is approximately 16,000. So estimating is a nice way to get in the ballpark of the answer without having to do all the hard work of working with the numbers in their original form. It is off from the exact, but it's in the neighborhood. So practice estimating.